Welcome back to Misfits of the Zodiac. My name's Ace. I'm going to be doing a general reading for the month of August for you. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for past, 3 cards for present, 3 cards for future, and then we'll get into it. At the very end, I'll pull 2 oracle cards to kind of sum everything up. Let's get into it. So, for your past energy, we are starting off with the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Moon. So, to me, this feels like you're starting something new with the Knight of Pentacles, something potentially related back to something in business or finances, and it's filling up your cup. It's helping maybe give you just a little extra money to do some things that make you feel good, make you feel like you're enjoying life. This card is all about self-care, so you might have a little extra this month to pamper yourself a little bit, take some time off if you need it. And it also feels like with the Knight of Pentacles that, again, this might be something new. This is something that you're trying that maybe you've never tried before, and it's paying off. So it definitely looks like good energy. The last card that you got for your past is the Moon card. So this is can be a very shadowy card. This feels like there's something coming to light for you. It is possible that with the Queen of Cups, the thing that's coming to light is something maybe emotional that you might need to take some time out for, to either explore a little bit more, tap into your emotional state about what is, like, where it's showing up in your body, and use your intuition to move forward. This is a very intuitive card, so it tells me that you're on the right track to figuring something out, maybe, or like I said, something's coming to light. So maybe just taking some time out to like check in with yourself might have been a good start to figuring out what's going on with you emotionally, because you might be seeing some maybe emotions that are coming to the surface as well. So that is your recent past. Now I'm going to get into your current energy. This feels very much, so far, it feels very much like your own energy. Not so much anyone outside of yourself. So you could be feeling like a lot of solitude in your recent past. Maybe taking some time. Yeah, this definitely feels like you have the Lord of Shadows, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Athenes. So based off of these cards, it feels like you might have had to come to some sort of truce with someone. And it seems challenging. It feels like in order for you to make a truce, you're having to give something up, or transmute something, because you have the Lord of Shadows, which is the death card in the normal tarot. A lot of people freak out about this card, but all it's saying is that there's something that's changing, or something that needs to change or needs to be let go. And it could be this person that you're having the truce with. There might be someone that is preventing you from feeling that sense that we were talking about in your recent past of solitude and peace, and they're asking you to give up more than what you're willing to give up. And the reason that I feel that way is because you also have the Ace of Cups, which is a very abundant card. But this is, again, talking especially with the Queen of Cups from your recent past. This feels very much like you're trying to fill up your cup. And there could be someone draining your cup simultaneously. This truce person, it feels like there's a potential incongruency between the two of you. And in order for you to do what's best for you, you might have to have a death card and have some sense of letting go of this person or the expectations of this person so that you can recharge. Because, like I said, it feels very much like they could be attempting to drain your energy, or you've started to notice that they're draining your energy. Because of your previous cards, this could also be sometimes when we're trying to like heal ourselves in some way and work through stuff, and as a result start making big changes. People feel threatened by that because they have gained something by you not being in your power, by you not filling up your cup first. And those people tend to be the hardest, most challenging people to let go of, because they were receiving something by your imbalance, if that makes sense. So the more balance you get, the more they feel triggered, the more that they feel the need to control. And you might start to wake up to that this month. So be aware of any trickster energy, of anyone that feels like they're just like in your space all the time. That might be a clear indication that to get your Ace of Cups to fill up your own cup, and take care of your emotional and physical and mental well-being, you might have to cut this person off. It might just be temporary for right now. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe they're just leaning on you a little too heavily. But it might be permanent as well. And being okay with like accepting that that is just the dynamic now, and that it's no longer working for you, I think can be a really beautiful thing for you if you are working through things that no longer serve you. Because I feel like, especially in this country, we have the need sometimes for this people-pleasy feeling of like trying to be all the things for everyone all the time, and then we deplete our own cup and we wonder why we're exhausted all the time. This is why, okay? This is a really good example of someone who is in their shadow, and instead of doing the work for themselves and working through their own stuff, they might be leeching off of your energy to get themselves to where they need to be. And if you all of a sudden cut that off, that could be a very like triggering experience for them, okay? So while this felt very in solitude, you're finding your peace. Okay. That's interesting. This second energy, which is your present right now, feels like you're starting to see some things, and you're maybe cutting some things out that don't make sense. Okay, cool. So your near future energy, you have the Knight of Athmes, which is the Knight of Swords. You have the Three of Pentacles, and you have the Earth Mother. So again, sometimes the Knight of Athmes feels like a rushed vibe, or can be asking you to take things a little slower because you might cut something out too quickly. I'm not feeling that with this particular card in this reading. This feels to me like you figured out what's not working, and now you're cutting it out of your life. And the reason that I feel that way is because you have the Three of Pentacles and the Earth Mother. So in the Three of Pentacles, you have these two gentlemen working together towards a common goal that's actually working. And then you're reaping the rewards of that with the Earth Mother, which is a very prosperous card. Okay, it's the Empress card in the main tarot deck. So this could be you realizing who in your life presently is not in alignment with you anymore, and then in your near future cutting things out, potentially people that are not serving you anymore, so that you can have better connection, better friendship, better lovers potentially, and working towards a better, more prosperous you. And I don't mean just financially, but I mean emotionally, stability wise, and just feeling a sense of like excitement and fun about life, and not feeling like all of your energy is being drained. Okay, so this, I don't know, I'm getting energy vampire popped into my head. I don't usually look at the Lord of Shadows as the energy vampire. This person is usually you looking onto these people who, it's an older gentleman with his son, and they're going to the well. And usually that is finding like eternal power or eternal youth, as it were, and filling up your cup again, going to the well to fill up your cup, but having to release something. But in this particular reading, I'm getting the feeling that this shadowy figure, this is you trying to enjoy your time with other people, and this is the shadowy people like, I want in, let me be an energy vampire. That's the feeling that I'm getting from that card. Again, I don't normally get that, but that's the kind of feeling. So it seems like in the month of August, you're working through some interpersonal relationships and deciding who is good for you and who's not, no longer serving your highest good. So I'm going to pick an animal card for you to wrap up this reading, and then I'm going to pick a Wild Things card from my Wild Things Oracle. And I feel like that particular deck's going to be helpful for you for this month. Ooh, you got the Scorpion. That feels very much like that shadowy character. It could be a Scorpio that we're talking about, but this could just be the energy of this person. It feels very stingy. They might try to cut you down. They might try to belittle what you're doing. You're trying to figure out yourself. You're trying to work through your emotional well-being, and they don't like that. That puts them in a place of like, no, 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 I want you here where I can take control of the situation. Scorpio, passionate, competitive, tends towards isolation. Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers, and they focus on an unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. This feels very in alignment. When in balance, wild and free, fierce. When out of balance, jealous, resentful, unresolved. To bring into balance, honesty, forgiveness. So this could be this other person, but after reading that, it almost kind of feels like this could also be you. Sometimes when we're getting that energy of like the energy vampire and they're like draining of our soul, we feel the need to sting. We feel the need to like lash out as a precautionary system in trying to keep ourselves safe. So be aware of that when you're making this potential truce with this person. Try not to sink to their level. That's the vibe that I'm getting. And if this is that person, they could be, again, jealous of this peace that you're developing for yourself. And it makes them feel less than. It makes them feel like, well, I want that. I wish I could have that. And so they may try to sting you to get you to comply to what you've always been and always done. So keep that in mind going forward. And then let's pull from my Wild Things Oracle. I love this deck so much. I talk a lot about it. I got it in Salem, Massachusetts, and it takes shadowy elements and kind of turns them on their head and makes you kind of like look at them in a different light. So let's see what you got. Listen to the music of your soul. Someone else got this. I think it was Leo. Listen to the music of your soul. Okay. So I love this little guy. He's really cute. Let's figure out. Let's see what he has to say for us. Okay. There is music that comes from the deep. You don't hear it on the phone or streaming service. In fact, to hear this music, you must disconnect from all devices and enter the silence of nature. That feels very much like the beginning of your reading. Pet an animal in silence. Enter the space between sleep and waking. Tenderly present with your wild animal body. Listen deeply. The music is from the echoing halls of Source and can only be heard when you lay your head down to your soul and listen. Most of us put this kind of listening off until we are in breakdown. Don't let it get to that point. Forced to slow down due to crisis. Don't wait for the moment. Take a break. Disconnect. Seek nature. The rhythm of your belonging will sing to you. Tune out reality and surround to the harmony of truth you find there. So again, this feels very much like you're already doing that. You're doing that with your Queen of Chalices, potentially right now as we speak, as I'm doing this, because by the time you get this reading, it will be in August, but I'm doing this at the end of July. So this feels very much like you're finding this peace. You're going into nature, you're finding the stillness, and you're working through that. And that's what's creating this level of peace. And the only challenge is that people around you might feel threatened by that. But if you listen to your music of your own soul and you make sure that you're doing things that are in alignment with you, you won't make a deal with the devil with this card, okay? You won't continue to give parts of yourself that someone does not value and potentially draining you as a result. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Aries. I hope that this helped, and I look forward to seeing you for next month's reading. I hope you have a really good August, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.